So first we are going to select a data set. You can say I have selected a data set from the UCI data repository. The data set is on the secondary mushroom data set. I can show you the data set. First we need to go to the UCI data repository. Then we can click here. Here you have multiple data sets ranging from task for classification to regression. Based on the task, we need to select either classification or regression. I have selected one particular data set, this one, which has more than 500 rows, more than 11 features as well. So as per the requirement, we should have more than 11 features and less than 50 features. Also it should have more than 500 rows. Now if you see, go to this data set, it is based on the classification, and this data sets expect basically to classify mushroom into edible or poisonous. There will be two categories. Now I can walk you through my code which has done this classification based on logistic regression and MLP. So first we are going to install all the libraries using this command, which is pip install. All these are Python libraries. Now why pip? Because it is basically, we think of it as a Play Store. From Play Store we download certain apps. Just like that, pip is a Python package manager. We are going to download all the packages, required packages from the pip. Then we are going to import everything, all the libraries or the necessary functions. Here you can see we have imported NumPy, which is mainly used to do some mathematical functions and data manipulations. Similarly, Panda is also heavily used for data manipulation. Matplotlib will give you all the plotting related stuff. So I'm basically explaining very briefly what each library does here. Importing time, so that we can measure how much time is taken by each of the function that we are going to do in the code. Then these are the allowed libraries for us. From sklearn we are selecting model selection class, and from model selection class we are importing a function called train test split. I'm going to explain it later where we are going to use this. Then also we are using from pre-processing class, we are importing standard scalar function, label encoder function, one hot encoder, labeling. Now the first step is we need to load the data set, and from UCI this is a very nice function. We just have to give this function and the dataset ID over here, which will be available in the dataset itself. If you see, there is an option called import in Python. If you open it, it will give you this code. You can simply copy it and paste it in your Colab. So I'm using here Colab. Now if you see, these are the features. X and Y is our target variable, which is just a single column. There are 20 features and there is one target feature where we will be classifying as poisonous or edible, and these are the number of rows, 61,069. Now these are just the sanity check. Here you will see x dot shape. This shape function will give you how many number of rows are there in X data set and how many columns. So this is a data frame of 61,000 rows and 20 columns. Then for the target variable, we are selecting np.unique_y. So in the target values, what will be printed? The y value, which are unique, and NumPy gives us this function unique. So we have just E and P classes over here. So this has been printed. Now in class count, we want to know how many E and how many P's are there in the y value. So this is a very beautiful dictionary comprehension in Python. So if you have some coding background, you must be knowing we have a method called for loop. We use for. So here you can see we have combined for and one logical function and then created a dictionary. So if we break down, so I can write it as for any value v in np dot unique over here, then y. If you see here, this line represents, it will loop through each value in np dot unique y. What are the unique values? It is e and p. So our value will loop once for e and another time for p. Then we have this function np dot sum y equals to v. So whenever we have y equals to v, if true or false, it can have true or false, it will sum that. Basically, if there is a e true, count 1, second e count 2, third e count 3, like that it will count and sum. Now what it is going to do, this is a dictionary is of the format key then value. So if you are not sure, this is key and then this will be value. Our value here will be the sum of e's and p's, and key will be value, either e or p. So here all these things are represented in a single line over here, and you can see class counts e, this is 27,000 and p 33,888. So this is slightly imbalanced when our p is slightly greater, but it is not that much imbalance to be worried about. When we have, suppose out of 60,000, if we have suppose p 50,000 and 10,000 e, then that is a major concern. Here we can just ignore and proceed further. Now when we do the basic data science task,